Hello, baby. It's a sad day in this country, baby. It's a sad day in this nation. Yes, I watched the dictator, the wannabe Kim Jong Un of our country, come out to the Rose Garden where many presidents have stood to address a grieving nation. And this turd came out to fan the flames even more, to threaten your freedoms, my freedoms, the American people, we the people. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free press thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right for the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievance. That is what our Constitution says. Today I saw people in Washington, D.C. peacefully assemble, peacefully holding up their signs to redress the grievances. And we saw the police advance on those protesters, those peaceful protesters who have every right under the Constitution to be exactly where they were, with tear gas being shot, rubber bullets, and being pushed back for what? So this Kim Jong Un American wannabe can walk across the street to a church that, oh my God, if there was a God in heaven, it would strike him down dead when he walked in the door. Went there for a photo op. He walked across the street. He pushed back all those people. People got hurt just so the glorious leader could walk across the fucking street. He was threatened that every state in our union pull out the National Guard and be more forceful. That's what he wants. He wants to control the streets. Baby, he wants our military. To turn them against their fellow citizens, Americans, who are angry and have a right to be angry, and this man makes them even more pissed off every day. He's an authoritarian dictator. Where is the Republican Party? Where are those people who proclaim to be Americans, who proclaim to protect the freedoms of Americans? Where the fuck are they? He's here to protect the freedoms of Americans. And I will protect your Second Amendment. What the fuck was that? I'll tell you what it was. It was a dog whistle to his minions, to his little maggots. I'm here protecting your second rights. You better protect me. That's the inference there. It's not some patriotic bullshit he's throwing out there. Words mean something. My family is concerned for our well-being where we live. I live in America. I live with fellow Americans in my community. Am I to fear them because their glorious leader is calling them up? Grab your guns. Are you shitting me? This is a disgrace in this country. This is why we send troops to other countries, to protect them from maniacs like him. The maniac is in our house now. Pulling up something from 1800 something. The insurrection law. He's going to federalize troops. If your state governor doesn't authorize the use of military force in your state, then he will override them and send in federal troops. He will federalize the military. As a veteran, I wish our military leaders had the courage to tell the president to stand down, baby. No, sir. We will not tell our troops to fire on American citizens. I don't know what the fucking answer is. I struggle with it every fucking day. I have friends I worry about. I have new friends that I'm worried about. What this night will bring after his threats. He doesn't come out to calm the American people. That's not his intent. His intent is to incite violence, to incite hatred. For what? What are we gonna fucking do? End up in November under martial law? We don't need no stinking elections around here. We got Donnie, the glorious leader. He was willing to hurt our citizens, calmly standing in the street so he could walk across the street. He would trample on anybody. He'd kick grandma in the teeth if he thought he could get a dime out of it. Grandma's a Democrat, you bet your ass he'd kick her in the teeth. This is going to be a bad night, baby. The President of the United States has declared war on the American people. What are we supposed to do with that? What are you as a citizen supposed to do about that? In your house by 7 o'clock, baby. We face so much death with a virus that is killing Americans across this country. And this little prick, this little worm of a man, this coward, seeks to take advantage of a man's death, a man's murder. That's what he is doing. He's capitalizing on the Floyd murder. He's stoking the right-wing nut jobs, calling up his little Proud Boys or his fucking cops for Trump or his fucking Klan members. We have been told and we have seen that violence just promotes violence, that acts of violence promote more acts of violence. That's what he wants. I have no doubt about it. It's what he wants. Police officers around this country, National Guardsmen across this country, could make a choice of saying no. Will you get in trouble? Yeah. Yeah, you might. But how far are you willing to go? Are you willing to go out there and beat some protester? to spray them with mace or tear gas. To hurt them. To protect and serve. It's time they did that. It's time they did that for all of us. Because that hasn't been done. And it's up to us, baby. It will not be solved with violence on the street. That's going to convey a message. But it's not going to provide the solution. The solution is in your vote. The solution is in your vote and your voice. And your willingness to stand on the line. To be counted. Baby, we need to do that. Every one of us. Because he's going to try to stop us. It's his only hope to remain in power, and we already see that power is what he wants. He wants to be Putin. He wants to be Kim Jong-un. He wants to be Erdogan. He wants to be among the powers of the world that hold a thumb over their people. I don't have to hold your hand, to hold you in my heart. That's what I told Ohio Dad 70 up in Ohio. I don't have to hold your hand. I don't have to be there to hold you in my heart as an American, as a patriotic American. Let me talk to Dennis. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, John.
How are things up in San Antonio, my friend?
We're steady. We got a lot of people on the right side here.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. You know how it is down here. I don't have to tell you. There's a lot of good old boys around here. There's one down at the corner all the time down here selling his Trump flags and MAGA hats. Every time I see him, I feel bad for my country because that guy, he's promoting this shit. He's a young kid. He don't know squat. How do we fix this, Dennis?
Hell, if I had an answer, I'd be screaming it from the rooftop.
I mean to tell you. If I had an answer. The only answer I see is unity. Is for white America to stand up. I fear that every black protester on the line out there, not a protester now, he's a terrorist. Oh, that white kid, he's a protester.
I got to interrupt you there. It was all colors on that line.
It was,
by the White
yes,
House.
but I fear.
Yes, the race thing is how this started, and it's still ongoing.
Yeah, and I'm afraid that this violence is not perpetrated by those on the left. I feel are perpetrated by those on the right.
Antifa. They can't stop saying
No.
Antifa. From the very beginning.
That's his new.
But they label everybody as a radical. That's all we are. And we've heard it not just from him, but many other politicians from the right, many other somehow right-leaning personalities that people give a fuck about and listen to and give them a platform to spread their shit. The only thing I think that's gonna... I'm like Dennis, I don't know. But we gotta keep the pressure up.
I'm sitting here trying not to rant. I'm trying not to scream. Fuck. I feel what else is left. You know, I've screamed for 3.5 fucking years. Somebody wrote to me the other day how much I've aged in the 3 years I've been doing this. That's just the fucking beard. I'll dye it brown, black or something. But it has weared on my heart. Indeed it has. But I believe down deep that is the pain that every patriot has ever felt in his heart. When the pain is so deep for his country. That's what patriotism means. You know it, you have it. When you fear for your country, when it pains you to watch the TV to see what's happening. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm not watching the TV right now, but I guarantee you it's something that we've seen time and time again. Peace on the left, justice on the right. Heard those words today in Minneapolis.
You started the show because this was our only way of protesting. What this is doing is leaving a backlog of what has happened over the last 3 years. It's now everybody else's turn to do so. If you see an injustice going on in your neighborhood, and if you are in a safe place, or able to, film it. Not just for your protection, but theirs. Everything needs to be documented. Because one of these days, I like to think the right people are going to be in charge, and there will be hell to pay. Videotape fucking
A good
everything.
cop is not afraid of camera.
A good cop would not hide their badge number by tape. Videotape everything.
Yes. Because everything has to be recorded now. Isn't that sad? You don't live in an America now where you can go to the park and just go bird watching. No. There's some politics that are going to follow you in there watching birds. You can't sit in your car on the edge of the street.
And you can't show up to a peaceful protest.
And you can't show up to a peaceful protest, baby. How about a little tear gas? How about some rubber bullets? Why? Well, because the president's going to walk through here. We can't have any of you people around here that hate his guts. Well, guess what, baby? That's most of the fucking country. If you don't hate him now, what the fuck does it take? Really? What does it take? Where is the Republican leadership? Hell, for that matter, I want to see the Democrat leadership come out. I want Joe Biden to come out right now and make a statement over what that asshole just said. I want Bernie Sanders to come out and make a statement. I want President Obama to try to come out and calm this nation, to assure a country that a dictator is not fixing to take over, and encourage those in the Republican Party that before he starts killing us all, maybe you ought to think about removing him, because we only have a few months to go before we're going to vote his ass out anyway. How many more people have got to die from COVID because of his ass? How many people are going to die because of his dumb ass tonight? He's not worth their lives. Oh, but John, the cabinet's all in his pocket. That's right. I saw Barr out there. Are you shitting me? What is Barr doing walking around out in front of the White House looking at all the police out there? Look here what I can do. Yeah, I'm powerful just like Are you shitting me? Disgusting slobs is what we have. Scumbags, mobsters, criminal family that is trying to take over this nation. A criminal. Fuck, he has to send his kids to ethics school. Are you shitting me? Walk across the street to a freaking church. Don't tell me you're religious and believe him and believe any of that had anything to do with God or praying or anything. Shit, no. It's a photo op for all his little evangelical Christians out there that think he's here to save the world. He's here to burn the motherfucker down. Anyway, Dennis, that's how I feel, buddy. I'm trying hard not to go half-cocked. You know, one of these days, he's going to be gone. And I will indeed dance in the streets. How are things in Tallahassee there, SC?
Oh, hey, John, how you doing?
I'm doing
Back, I
fine,
see.
bub.
We're doing all right. I needed a little. I've been busy. And I didn't see the orange turd speak, so I didn't know what he said. So I just was catching up on.
Oh Lord.
Catching up on it. I mean, I knew. Shit. So yeah, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. It was bad. SC, it was bad. There's no compassion in this man.
Yeah, I'm just
There's
shocked.
no compassion. There's no empathy in him. He wants total worship. He wants people to worship him.
Oh, that's a very big lag now.
Yeah. Hello, Hank.
Hey, we've been discussing the takeover of America by the Nazi president.
Yep. Y'all better hurry up and get your ass over here. I think we need some help over here.
Oh yeah, we should invade. Europe should invade. Europe should send help.
You know.
Boy,
No, but
make
it's
a
very
big old
bad.
Circle.
So
It is very bad.
it is very bad, Hank. It is.
Seeing him threatening individuals, not with the National Guard, but with the actual military, that's unconstitutional. The House and Congress should act immediately.
I believe you're right. I believe you're right. He's trying to quote, I think it's an 1807 or something like that. Don't quote me on the numbers. An insurrection declaration that he can use the military to lay down an insurrection, violence and stuff. Isn't it nice that the first thing he reached for?
Yeah, well, I think the military has the right to refuse any immoral order.
That's what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
Hank. I really am.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
remember.
Immoral
I have
order.
Seen the,
Yeah, I
I have seen
remember.
the police acting brutal in several cities, but I also have seen cops kneeling, cops joining in the march. So this is a make or break situation, I think.
It
Yeah.
is. It is for our country. It is for the world. I was proud to
It is.
see the protests all over the world, in nations that are crying out, that see the injustice that was done.
1,500 people today broke the quarantine rules in Amsterdam and stood together. How dangerous that is.
Yes,
I mean, I'm not happy with it, but they stood there.
that they're willing to risk their lives to make a statement about humanity, our inhumanity,
Yeah.
our inhumanity. America, this is our country, baby. Look how we're being represented.
A German friend today asked me if I also thought that the US had finally reached the status of a third world country. I said, not there yet, but they're moving to it very
Yeah.
fast. I mean, we were all proud and happy that the Screw Dragon flew and that everything worked out and that humanity came together for that, at least on the internet.
He is trying
But
to.
at the same,
Go ahead.
go on.
No, go ahead.
Well, at the same time, we of course saw this slow-moving coup get up to steam, and that's saddening.
Yes.
I mean, I feel sad about. I feel angry at.
Yes. That's what. It's a combination of anger and sadness. Your heart
And
is
trying
breaking.
trying to name and blame Antifa for it, it's also ridiculous. Antifa never was an organization.
No.
It's just
No.
a conglomerate of loose people who hate Nazis.
It's a shadow group. It's not like they're an organization
Yeah.
like they know each other. It's a
They never
thought.
were.
It's anti-fascist. Well, we used to call them heroes back in World War II.
Let me check. I wrote something. I have to check where I have it. I wrote something about Antifa and loot. I might read it in a few minutes if I can find it. This is my interest.
All right.
So, but what I saw some of these policemen do to journalists, to protesters, peaceful protesters, not only to looters, that was horrendous. That was horrendous
was.
to see. It is comparable to, well, with less death, but it is comparable to what I saw happening under Ceausescu in Romania just before he got deposed.
The inhumanity of this killing. But to me, it is continuing
That
to
was a
show me
murder.
different. Yes, it was first degree murder. Second degree at least. At the very least, second degree.
At the very least.
He didn't start his day off thinking, I'm going to go kill that guy. But he was well
No,
aware of
probably
what
not.
he was doing. But what makes me mad is when the coroner first came out with his bullshit about contributing causes, his heart disease, and the possibility of intoxicants and all that. That coroner's report was given in a way to pave the way for a third degree murder charge. It's a coordination between, I believe, the prosecutor's office and the county coroner. Because that's,
probably.
Bowden did the autopsy reviewed the autopsy. Mechanical asphyxiation was the finding.
Blood strangling, is it called? It's called.
Yeah, it's
also.
called
Blood
strangulation.
strangling.
Yeah. He knelt on his neck until he died. That's strangulation. That's
It is.
murder. And to do it intentionally, 2 minutes, 58 seconds after Mr. Floyd was unresponsive, was before the officer saw fit to remove his knee. Because,
Yeah.
he wanted to
they
make
called-
sure.
They called it in the report that I read. They called it what Mr. Floyd was doing. They called that resisting arrest, but he just let himself fall down. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's not resisting
That's resisting arrest right there. Let your body go limp. Oh, we'll kill your ass for that.
Yeah.
And I say
It's a
again,
disgrace.
given in any other situation, if a police officer came upon a scene where a man had his knee over another man's neck and you could see that the man could not breathe and was going to die, the only response the officer would have would be to pull out his weapon, his taser, his club, something, and stop the murder in process. That's what should have happened here. The other officer standing there with his thumb up his ass. Oh, I'm protecting the guy that's doing the killing.
Yeah, I was wondering what would have happened if a bystander would have lunged forward
Yes.
and pulled this guy off.
They would have tased him. They would have done the same thing to him. How dare you? It's called contempt of cop. Contempt of cop. That's a personal thing. This is when you piss him off personally. It's no longer about law and order. It's no longer about justice. It's about revenge, baby. That cop has the power. You piss him off, you could wind up dead, baby. Resisting arrest, some other bullshit. They could come up with something, don't worry. And it seems like there's other cops around that will go, yeah, that's what I saw too. And that's what has to stop. That's what has to change in this country. Is when good cops, the ones that call themselves good cops, have got to stand up, and you know they're in every fucking police office in this country. There's somebody in there that shouldn't be a cop, whose temperament is not right for this job, who has maybe seen too much, has weathered too much, has become hard to it. It's time to go. It's time to go before they put the knee on the neck, before they shoot them in the back, before they choke them to death on a New York street. I don't know what to say. I really don't.
Yeah, I saw the New York Police Department do some rather nasty shit, shoving a black woman. She hit her head on the sidewalk. I saw a New York police car driving into the protesting people, and it was it's not how police should act.
Hank, remind everybody where you're at.
I'm in the Netherlands. We just had a man who, a few days ago, who was a bit deranged. He was in a psychosis. He threatened a few people with an axe, and he actually wounded two. And the police shot him with one warning shot in the air and one shot in his arm. He fell down. He was arrested, taken to the hospital, and he's alive and in psychiatric help. That's how you arrest somebody. That's what you do. You do not empty your clip. You do not kill. You are not going to sit on his neck
kneel
until
on
he
somebody's
chokes.
neck.
You do not kill. The first law, you do not kill, or you try to prevent to kill.
That's.
If
I spoke about this the other day, Hank, because I always remember this video I saw, and I think it was in England. Guy has a machete, big black guy, got a machete out there. He's a muscular fella. Could have sniped up 20 people. But the police got around him with their shields and just kept going into him. What's he going to hit? Shield? Go ahead. Hit the shield. And they packed in so tight, all they had to do is reach in and take the machete away from him. In America, the man would have been dead on the street. It is how our law enforcement are trained here. This is the land of the gun. And they're proud of it, and our president today promoted it again. In the middle of a national tragedy, brings up the Second Amendment.
it's disgusting.
It is. Because he's talking code.
I have found that article that I wrote, a small piece, it doesn't last long, about Antifa and rioting/looting.
Right.
The idea that Antifa is a single organization is incorrect. They are basically several loose groups, all with their own agenda, but with one common goal, which is to stamp out Nazism, fascism, racism, and authoritarianism. The contradictio in terminis is, of course, that some of these groups use authoritarian measures to establish their goal. Now, where it concerns Black Bloc, anarchists, and other more militant groups attacking government assets, private corporate assets, and buildings, the goal of those often is to financially hurt big business, multinationals, and the blatantly rich. Antifa and the groups that operate under its banner basically do not kill or bomb or firebomb. They are not like, for instance, the CCC or the Rote Armee Fraktion, the RAF terror group. This is different with the Kurdish anti-fascist armed brigades who fight a very real war against both ISIS and the Turkish government. Looting and rioting neighborhoods and smaller stores in Europe is in most cases a tactical mistake as well as a strategic one, since that way you will lose all respect for the organization and its goals by the wider public. Now, in the USA, looting has a very real cause, and that's both institutionalized racism as well as poverty and discrimination. In Europe, we are far better off with our social security system and proper universal health care, so there is less reason for people to go absolutely berserk. Here we also have laws curbing free speech, so Nazis and racists can and will be charged criminally and cannot fall back on the First Amendment like these Nazi bastards in the United States can. Autonomous activists from the autonomous movement do generally not adhere to any order from police, society, the organizers of protest, and so on. That is why they are called and call themselves autonomous. They are often an uncontrollable factor since they listen to no one but themselves. They are also the main instigators when it concerns left-wing rioting. That is why they are not well liked by both the moderate left as well as the more extreme left-wing Antifa supporters. They fuck things up, untargeted, no strategy, no real goal, both politically as well socially. They are outcast by choice. So the biggest important thing of this is that Antifa is not the a group of people that starts looting or randomly empties out buildings or burns buildings or kills people.
No.
For that, you have to be either at the extreme anarchist terrorist groups, real terrorists like the Rote Armee Fractie,
Right.
or the CCC, which was in Belgium a very big, or in Italy a very big, the Brigade Rosso, the Red Brigade. In Italy, they were very big in terror, left-wing terror.
Right.
But the instigators in America, from what I've seen, from what mayors have said on the news, from what police officers have said, were for the most part right-wing Nazi guys. The guy in Nashville who torched the city hall, he was a Nazi.
The guys, Nazi, the guys that have been wanting a race war in this country forever, the guys that have continued. That's what Dylan Roof walked into the church, the AME church. Yeah. He was trying to start a race war.
Yeah, it's a God-given gift to them.
Yeah.
Oh, also a thing
I don't
about
know what God that is.
Trump. His God. Did you see him talk about God, Mr. Trump?
I'm sitting here watching.
He was getting God involved in all.
Yeah. His little photo op. Oh, I'm just sick at my stomach.
Doesn't it? It pisses you off to watch that shit.
Walk into a church that's not even open, to stand out there and hold a Bible, to a church that his ass is probably doesn't even go to. Man, and I'm sitting here listening to Anderson, and so yeah, I mean, I'm just disgusted with this piece of shit. I'm ready to see him gone. I really am. I can't, God, I'm right there with you, Travis. Phil. I'm kind
of. He didn't hear you. He just walked back in the door. He's fixing to put on his headphones. And there he is.
Talking about these left-wing things, I have been at many protests in my life. I've been at anti-globalist protests. I've been at 20 protests. I've been at Euro top protests. The most ridiculous thing I ever saw or I ever came across was a anarchist anti-globalist who threw in a window of a bank next to me and then turned around and said, I now have to go to the cash dispenser because I need some money for beer tonight. So he went to the bank after destroying a bank to get his money.
To get his money.
That's hypocrisy. I mean, either keep your money in an old sock,
really,
or just don't use money.
Yeah,
a trade or something.
Keep it in a sock when you need money. Your money will be there.
But yeah, it's in situations like these, the overview is very difficult. What is happening where and when? I mean, it was very poignant for me to see the waiting time before the speech started.
Right.
And you could hear the flashbangs, explosions, and sirens in the background. I mean, it made me think a little about this minister of propaganda during the first Iraq war, who said that nothing's happening. Well, there were bombs going off all around. But it was. I mean, I do see some of the humor in it, but basically, it's not a very humorful situation.
I'm sure the Nero played a very pleasant tune as Rome burned.
Yeah,
I'm sure the music was.
Yeah, he's a Nero. A friend of mine said, "Why doesn't Trump in his bunker do what Hitler did?"
I saw that comment just a minute ago. Go in the chat there. Yeah, it would be the
Somebody else
honorable thing to do, you would think.
He wouldn't dare. He wouldn't dare.
No, he's not. He is not. He's a coward in so many different levels. I mean, from the basic ground up, just disgusting. No moral value at all. No nothing. Empty heart. A pornographic wife. A thieving family. You know, he's nothing. He has to cling on to this. It's the only thing that makes him tolerable.
They are the swamp.
They are.
They are.
They are the bottom of the barrel. That, you know, it just kills me. Is that the best the Republican Party could do? And is that what the Republican Party is willing to support? Because, oh my God, I remember not long ago, just a few years ago, how Obama was so unrighteous and oh my God, he wore a tan suit. His wife showed her shoulders. And now they support one. You can go look up her ass leaning over an airplane. You can look at her ass in the airplane. You can watch her whole boobs walk by while she's got a towel tucked between her legs. Gee, I wonder why. You know, that's okay. That's in the past. You know, he's been forgiven. Yeah? Not in my book, baby. Not in my book. He sins every day and they wallow in it. Just sickens me. It really does. This because I know people personally that are so wrapped up in him. Think he's God sent. Yeah. Are you shitting me? And they will praise his acts tonight. They will say he's a man in charge. He's a strong president. I'm sure that's what they say about Kim Jong-un too.
Luke, he's there for us, and he's there
if you
for the people.
He'll shoot you.
Told you, John Wayne complex.
Yeah.
Did you notice the part in which he says that small businesses and the poorer areas of our cities were hurt by these looters? And why the fuck did Trump not do anything about these poor areas when he came to power? Why did he put half of his money in these poor areas or a budget from the state? He didn't. He did nothing.
He's not concerned about those people in the street because here's the bottom line. Everything we have seen this man do since he came into office has been for one group of people. The wealthy, baby. The wealthy corporations. That's who benefited from his $1 trillion tax cut. That's who benefited from the very money that we gave for this COVID-19 pandemic. Most of that went to corporations and big businesses. Higher education places that don't need the fucking money. They just stole it. Why? Because they can.
Yep.
Because
guess who is profiting? Guess who will profit from all these burned buildings in these poor areas?
Oh, Lordy.
The developers.
Yep.
Project developers.
But don't worry. It'll come back. It'll just come back under somebody else's name. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly what he said.
That person's name is Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. No shit. Amy McGrath. If you're in Kentucky, baby, please get rid of the vampire, the blood-sucking parasite that is McConnell. You can lay half of this at his feet, baby. It's a deal with the devil between Trump and McConnell. They're willing to burn it to the ground to take everything they can get. That's what this is. That's what McConnell wants, and McConnell wants it for much longer. McConnell wants to establish the justice system with so many Republican stick-up-the-ass judges that will consistently rule in favor of corporations and wealthy. Yeah, a little payoff here, a little bonus here, Judge. You know, it's the Republican way. And it is the Republican way. And now a campaign started by a freaking moron idiot. Oh, you can't mail in votes because, oh, that's drastic. Everybody, it'll go to hell. Are you shitting me? Demonizes the post office. That's the first step there. Get rid of them guys. They deliver the ballots. Let's get our guys out there like that one guy, you know. Get Republican postmen out there. That's what it would be. You let this shit continue, They'll have fucking postmen that'll be looking at your mail, baby. Where's this guy getting mail from? It's fucking. Look at this.
Dan Rather today said that he had never seen America in such dire straits all of his life. Right. Dan Rather.
Yeah.
Yep.
About the fucking time someone's finally said something. Kamala Harris came out a little while ago on Twitter and just simply wrote, Trump just tear-gassed peaceful protesters for a photo op.
That's what happened.
Wow, one person's come out and said something. I'm waiting for more.
Yeah.
Come on now, you fucking assholes. We put you in power for a fucking reason.
I was expecting Twitter to blow up with people from Congress and parties and whatever. And the
I'm
Senate.
hoping they do, but right now that's the only one I've found. I'm sure
Think
everybody's appalled, but it's
moment.
like I'm looking for as much leadership on the fucking left.
Leadership, they're all out there saying, well, I don't want to say nothing until so and so. Wait to see what he says.
Yeah.
Wait till that person says something, and then I'll follow. We don't need that shit on either side. We need leadership.
There was a black senator today arrested and maced by the police at a protest. So they go that far.
No one's safe. Nobody's fucking safe.
Did y'all see Marco Rubio got shunned by the Republicans?
Oh, pray tell me
Because
about
he
it.
stood up and he actually did the right thing, made the right call, and told it like it was, saying there was people on the right that were responsible.
The only hope that the Republican Party has at this point, for the last possible opportunity to salvage the disgrace that has been brought to that party, is for them to start standing up now. It's 3.5 years in it. We have had enough. He's been impeached. He's been proven to be a liar, a cheat, a thief. He's been proven that, yeah, he colluded with Russia. Yeah, he's in it with Putin. How much more shit do you need piled on? And now, a death of an innocent American at the hands of a radical idiot racist cop. And he justifies it. He justifies it. That's what his shit is today. He's not condemning the cop. He's condemning the people that are protesting about it. It's not about the guy that got killed. It's about him. It's always about him. It's not about the Republican Party. It's not for the ideals and ethics of this country. Fuck you. The last chance the Republican Party has. You want to get elected again? You better start saying something, even in a Republican state, because even Republicans are standing up and saying, how much more of this shit are we supposed to tolerate? How ignorant am I supposed to pretend to be for this moron? There is no dignity left in the Republican Party at all. They show their cowardice every day. While we watch a wannabe dictator with his consigliere in front of the White House today. His mob lawyer. The one that is supposed to be in charge of our justice system. There will be no justice as long as that man is ahead of the Justice Department. There will only be plots. Investigate, try to find out. Hell, I'm not surprised they haven't pulled my plug, baby. But don't worry, they'll work their way down to me. They will. They got a lot of other guys much bigger than I am. But I'm on the tree, baby. I'm on the tree. They'll pick me sooner or later if this man were to stay. Because speech will be regulated. Jeez.
Okay, really quick, because I was getting my hopes up there, and because Dennis, what you were mentioning earlier, yeah, I guess they pussy whipped him back into shape because he's now taken to Twitter saying that it's professional protesters that were out there in front of the White House today.
Professional.
Who knew how to agitate the police and
Paid by George Soros, I'm sure.
yeah, taking it to Twitter.
Yeah, of course. I was trying to go to my Twitter page, and that's when I got booted out the room. So usually it doesn't do that, but I'll just leave it alone, and I'll look at it later on. I can imagine some of the tweets I'm getting.
I'm getting tired. Here lately, it's like I tweet to him and say "fuck you." What else are you gonna say to him?
Yeah, but it's like trolls, He gets off on
So
It's more for
he
my
went
benefit.
back on
than
it?
his.
Yeah, kinda. That's what it's looking like here on his Twitter feed from an hour ago.
So
What'd he say?
they probably
Let me,
threatened his wife or something.
Probably. I wouldn't fucking doubt it.
Let me read to all of you a poem written by Martin Niemöller, who was a priest during World War II in Germany, and who wrote the following: First, they came for the communists, and I didn't speak out, so was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out, as I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak out, so I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out, as I was not. Now they're coming for me, and there's no one left to speak out for me.
There will be nobody left if we don't stand up together.
Exactly.
Together.
Hey, John.
America
Hello,
is in
Johnny
mortal
Fly.
danger, and it hasn't been in this danger in a long time.
No,
And that's my
no, and that's what the world
The
sees.
republic is at
We
stake.
see. There is a danger. Hello, Johnny Fly.
How you doing, buddy? I'll tell you what. I could not believe the speech that he gave today. You want to talk about fanning the flames of hate? This man is doing it. As a matter of fact, I
Right
think
there
it
in
was
front of
Don
God and
Lemon.
everybody.
Yeah, and he's one of the CNN anchors. I think it might have been Don Lemon said that, or it's either him or Anderson Cooper said that we're fanning the flames of dictatorship. This is getting closer and closer, and the American people better stand up to him fast. Or
Yeah.
we're in trouble.
That's our job, baby.
Yeah.
That is our job. Right there in a nutshell. As a patriot, at any other time in our history, patriots stand up. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. We need that union, baby. Because only together and peacefully can we force change in this nation. In the street. Peacefully in the street. Continuing that pressure. You want to make change, baby? Start making your congressman nervous for his vote. Let him know, no, if you don't stand up to this maniac, you're not getting voted back in. Make congressmen nervous. Make senators nervous for their position. The more this man degrades the Republican Party, the more he degrades America. The more we take the Senate, baby. Mitch McConnell. Susan Collins. These are doable, baby. McSally down in Arizona. Really? This is the guy you support there, McSally? You need to be thrown out. Cory out there, what's his name? Out in Colorado?
Booker?
Cory Booker? That ain't him, is it?
No, wait, no, that's not
that's
him.
the good guy.
I always get him and the guy.
I got so many names in my head, I swear. I can't
Yeah.
remember them all. Captain Clorox runs to his basement.
Yeah.
That's where he'll be tonight. As he called the National Guard, federal forces to surround his house to protect the chicken shit, to protect the little coward. I remind people all the time, somebody's number came up in Vietnam. It was Donnie's number, but somebody else took it. That's who he was then. That's who he is now. A coward, money grubbing, self entitlement little bitch.
Corey's going.
John, I just can't. I don't know. I just think it was the epitome of a low life today. When you take the police and tear gas peaceful protesting people
Peaceful.
and fire rubber bullets at them just so he can have a photo op. Give me a fucking break.
Yep, that's what he did, Johnny. That's what he
Oh my
did.
God.
That's what he's willing to do. You think he went there to pray?
No,
No.
I don't. I thought maybe he might have.
There-
That would be
There's
to be
a bunch
show
of fake
too.
Christians that think that's what he did, who will
Oh.
tell you that. Those that are willing to trample their own religion will tell you that. Those that are willing to turn their back on the values that the good book teaches them, to lie and say, yes, I believe he went there to pray. I don't think so, baby. If he went into a confession booth, he'd be hoping there'd be some hooker in there with him.
Yeah.
I do. I heard that rumor
That
the
would
other
help
day.
him
Somebody
confess.
said, "Well, you know that melanoma is banging all the Secret Service guys." I said, well, "Shit, I would not doubt that a bit."
I would not doubt
They
it.
don't sleep in the same room. She could be up there having a ball, and I bet she is. Yeah,
Provocative.
You better watch, John.
Be
You're gonna
best.
get some ideas.
be best.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like America's trying to be best. If it wasn't for the dick that we have in our office, if it wasn't,
I'm just wondering, John. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm
Yeah.
just wondering what it's going to be like tonight. If it's going to be worse. I mean, his speech was nothing
I'm
but
fearful of that.
No,
incendiary.
it will get worse.
I'm fearful of
Pardon?
that.
Yeah, so am I.
There's
Won't get
people
worse.
right now.
That's
They're
the
telling me
fact.
they're watching the news right now in the chat. Everybody's watching the news. Everybody's
There's
waiting.
one man
for it.
in the world that can take a shitload of power from him in less than 1 second.
Obama,
Jack Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey. Oh,
Yeah.
Twitter owner.
Erase his account. Erase his account.
Erase the account.
That would be the
Yep.
best thing they did if
Yep,
get him
yep,
off of
right.
Twitter.
Yeah, let's throw Mark Zuckerberg in there too. Well, we
he
know
won't.
that ain't gonna happen. Oh, there's my baby.
Mr.
y'all hear?
Zuckerberg.
Listen. Oh, she just.
Yeah, I heard him.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Or her.
Yep.
No,
She-
She loves
Mr.
you.
Zuckerberg, in his infinite wisdom, decided to block me for 3 days for messing with a neo-Nazi on his platform. So I took this neo-Nazi's picture and I memed it, and that was, of course, not allowed. The neo-Nazi still has an account, still is spouting hatred, racial hatred, kinds of hatred, and I reported the account. And what was the reaction by Mr. Zuckerberg? Not against community standard.
Right.
So that's the community he is willing to perform.
Because
I mean,
clearly the community standard is Nazism.
yes, he
I
has
guess so.
never
And hatred.
learned.
And hatred.
Mr. Zuckerberg has never learned of the history of his own family in Europe. He's a disgrace, and I mean that.
Well, I'm not.
I never
familiar
realized he was that bad.
I'm not familiar with his family history, but gee, all of a sudden I have a desire to go find out, and I will. I
There
will.
you
You
go.
have-
Google it, John.
You know.
Think Holocaust.
Oh yeah,
Think
wonderful.
a lot of people didn't survive.
Yeah.
And Mr. Zuckerberg has also publicly said that he will not bar Trump or the GOP from posting stuff on his platform.
You know, there's
Whether
enough.
it's fact check or not.
Well,
I don't want to go too far off topic, but has anybody heard from Keith today?
no, I
was
have
thinking
not.
about him too.
No, and I heard from Joe today. Up in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. Him and his son are hunkered down, and to quote him, are praying for the best and prepared for the worst. That's sad.
Does he live near a city that's in riot right now?
My title in Facebook today, I couldn't put it all on YouTube because YouTube only lets you put a short title on there, but the title on my Facebook was for Keith and Joe. And that's what I was talking about when I don't have to be there to hold your hand, to have you in my heart. I can't be there where Keith is. I can't be where Joe is tonight. I'm worried about them. I'm fearful of them. Both of them live in areas where there has been violence within blocks of their house. My friends, my Blue Dot family. And some of them are in danger tonight. And it's being fanned by this man. This disgusting maggot that sits in our house. I get mad. I get frustrated. My heart breaks. I search for words. So many people write to John, you say the right things. You say what I don't know what I'm saying. I'm no wiser or any smarter than any one of you. We are all common Americans. Some of us in this family have degrees, college educated, psychiatrists, psychologists and stuff, people that know emotions, and engineers and bricklayers.
One sec, John. I want to address the YouTube comments. It seems like we're kind of getting a flare up, and we kind of turned to a religious debate here. I know people are on edge. I know people are fearful. The fear of the unknown is a great.
People that know emotions. This is not about bashing a religion. And my comments.
Well, no, I mean, people are fighting each other, and that's not what we're here to unify.
We are not here to attack each other. Every person in this family, every person in this country is guaranteed by that same constitutional and the same amendment. You are guaranteed your religious freedoms. I say this often. I wish I had the peace of mind that some people that hold their religion dear have in their heart. I don't have that. Maybe they say that's why you need it, John. That's why you need this. No, what I need is a society that doesn't have to have a threat over their head of burning in some hell to do the right thing. I believe that you don't need a book to tell you how to be a good person. But if that book gives you faith, then I'm jealous. I wish I had that. Don't bash somebody's religion. Maybe they know a piece we don't. Like I said, I'm told often that's what I need, John. You need to get on your knees, John. I've been on my knees. I remember getting beat when I was there. So not everybody that holds a good book in their hand is a just person, is a compassionate person. There are people that pervert that book, to pervert that religion. And I'm not talking about one particular, that you pick one. They've all had their share of scandal. They will use that book to their own benefit. If a preacher is asking you to send them your relief check, he's not worried about your soul. He's worried about his pocketbook. How you doing, Leo? Where's Leo? I thought I had Leo. Where'd Leo go? Oh man, I'm trying to do this on my own. Huh?
You got to pull him back down.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this again.
Now.
All right, Leo.
Oh, hey there, John.
Hey, Leo.
How are you, buddy?
I'm trying to hang in there, buddy. I'm trying to inspire us to stand together as one nation, one people.
I'd like to. All I know is right now this is the most fucked up I've ever seen this shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm in the mountains now. You know, I'm
It is.
Nashville's on fire. Every damn major city's on fire.
Isn't it? It's a little bit of peace. Not so much right now at my family. I'm serious. My wife is.
I just know today with his he's really actually deploying active duty troops.
Yes.
That's not been done before.
Yes.
The Guard we've done, and that's normal for riots and protests. I get it. Active duty is another
beyond
thing.
this.
Now he can do it legally because Washington D.C. has got a different set of rules than the rest of the country.
Yes, but he's telling the governors to do it, or he will federalize them.
My understanding is he can't do that though with all the states. He can only do it in Washington D.C. Am I correct?
That's the only place he can do it.
Here's the little problem here. There's the little scumbags, like Steve Miller, and I'm sure a bunch of other college-educated, highly degreed assholes who are searching every piece of legislation this country ever had since the birth of it to find something that gives him more authority, because that's where we're going here. Authoritarian dictator.
He is,
and Barr is helping him to do it. But Leo, I'm glad to see you out in the country, buddy. I really am. I really am. I wish everybody had this ability to walk outside and look at a tree and remind yourself what a wonderful world this is.
Than me.
And we are destroying
there's something a hell of a lot bigger than me out there. But one of the things right now that's bigger than me is this country, and he is tearing it to fucking shreds.
Lieutenant General Russell Andre is on Anderson Cooper right now talking about the whole situation, what Trump can and can't do as far as the military. So I was listening to it for a second there, so I was just putting that out there.
Think about what he's asking our military to do.
He's asking our military to possibly kill American citizens.
May 4th. The day they open fire in Kent State. We cannot let this happen, baby.
That is correct, but that was National Guard troops.
National Guard, yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess who's on the streets, baby? It's the National Guard. But they're being
active duty army.
Yes, now he's calling for. That's who's in D.C. now. That's who those people are that he called out there to surround the White House while he gets ready for his freaking little pony trip across the damn sidewalk. How disgusting can you be? How much of a lowlife?
Bunker.
What he
went into his
said
bunker.
Was,
chicken shit.
He
son of a
literally
bitch.
said was, if the states do what I want and as fast as I want, I will send in the military.
That is what he said.
The National Guard, the military.
The military.
Fully armed, heavily armed.
He can't deploy them anywhere else.
Our beautiful military that he is trying his best to pervert. That's what this is. It is. I fear by the time the closer we get to November, baby. Martial law.
Yeah, I see that too. But where you are, well, not where you are, but close enough to you, Houston's chief of police came right out and said it would be better if he kept his mouth shut. And
advice to the president.
Yeah.
It would be better if you kept your mouth shut.
Okay, so the pastor of that church that he just did his little photo op from, she's on CNN right now laying into Trump. She is pissed at him.
Voices from our government, voices from the Senate and the House need to be heard right now. Where are you in this? Whose side are you on, baby? Are you on the side of the people, your constituents, your fellow Americans? Or are you on the side of this maniacal dictator? Because that's what he is. This man is sick.
That's all he is. He's doing it just another case of The Apprentice. He's putting on a fucking show.
Historians tell us that Hitler was insane. Hey, guess what? Take a look around, baby. Criminally insane. That's what the history calls Hitler. He lost his mind. He became criminally insane. He was willing to kill everybody. Guess what?
Well, he died too.
Yeah, he did.
Cowering like a piece of shit in a bunker.
Just like this one. Just like this one. A piece of shit who demands that others lay their life on the line for their country, but he does shit. At least Hitler served. Hitler served during World War I. The evil maniac served his country in World War I.
And this guy didn't even, he had bone spurs.
He's got bone spurs, my ass. He had a bone spur up his ass. He had a silver spoon stuck up his ass. His daughter, his sons have silver spoons hanging out. It's not a hemorrhoid. That's that silver spoon still stuck up there. Jared Kushner, silver spoon all the way up the ass, baby. That's who you want to put in charge of my government, of my country? These fucking little maggots.
The one thing that I see in all of this, and it is starting to, it's scary, but the country itself is rising up. And we have to rise together. And they're doing it.
We rise together, or we lose it all.
Yep.
At what point are you willing to stand up for your country? Because
there has to be.
Go ahead, John.
I'm sorry, John.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say there has to be a limit to this insane nonsense. People have got to be getting sick to their stomachs over it. I hope this is a breaking point right here.
Yeah.
The currency is American lives.
Point.
Yeah, American lives are in danger. That's what scares me.
That's
because now,
money and lives.
To me, it is reminiscent of what John Kennedy asked you. Don't ask what your country can do for you. What are you willing to do for your country? Because right now your country is in distress. Your country is under attack. What
I don't like
are
saying
we willing
this,
to do about that?
You know what I did yesterday for about an hour or two?
What?
I sharpened up my weapon skills. Didn't shoot any cows this time. But I'm sorry. I feel a need.
Don't
to
apologize
do
to
that.
me, brother.
I reacquaint myself with.
It's going on not only at your house, brother. It's going on at my house, and it's a genuine concern. I have made my voice very public.
Yep.
I'm not a well-liked individual around here. When this motherfucker is sitting on TV talking about we're going to protect your Second Amendment, that code word. That's code language, baby. That makes me concerned. That makes me concerned.
All you have to do is look at the riots right now, John. Now, remember that while he's sitting there saying, "Oh, this is Antifa," it's not just
it's
Antifa.
not Antifa.
There may be some bad elements there doing some things.
Yeah,
but
and I have a feeling I know who they are. They are not black Americans trying to destroy this country. They're terrorists coming from, I believe the right. I do. I believe there are organizations that are just jumping into this, trying to create as much damage and violence as they can to promote more violence. Everybody is getting this message.
We're looking for a civil war, and it looks like if they keep it up, they're going to get one handed to them.
They're going to get a hand. They're going to get the hand. They're going to get the right hand. When Floyd's brother spoke today, when they stood up and said they peace on the left, peace on the left hand,
right.
justice on the right. Do you want peace?
And that probably could have calmed things down. But like I said, every night this man comes out here and says some stupid shit to just flare it up.
Yes.
And then today was just the cherry on top, I guess you can say.
Yeah, he needs his Twitter account removed.
He ain't done yet. He ain't done.
No.
He's
going to fan it again tomorrow. This man doesn't apologize for shit. He never makes a mistake. The only people who make mistake was all the other presidents that we've ever had in history. That's who made the mistake, not him.
I'm just wondering
this
if he
bloviated-
realized.
Huh?
I'm sorry, John, but I just was wondering: does he know what he's doing, or is he really
You don't
that
know
stupid?
No.
Yes, I've taken up smoking
Just stupid.
again, rather more rapidly. I've
I
never
would
given
start
it up. Now I
smoking,
just
in
seem
this
to be
situation.
smoking more nowadays.
All I know is I'm gonna hit the pipe hard tonight.
I'm on it, brother. I'm on it. I'm
Make sure it's a
trying
good
my
brand
best.
there, Biker Leo.
I am. I will after the show. I will go in the living room. I'm sure Mama and Tyler and Travis down there are probably watching the news. Probably watching what is
That
happening
being
across
said,
this country right now. And
a lot of these rioters will probably get COVID-19.
That's
A
what
lot
I'm
of them
worried
will.
about.
That's the other thing. That shit's
we haven't even
spiking
touched
now.
on
You
that.
know what it's going to be in 2 weeks?
I think it's up to 104,000 now. They had the figures up briefly today. I caught it on CNN.
Well, that's a part of what he's doing is he's trying to deflect from just how badly he fucked up with that.
yes,
Yeah.
if the news
He's
is
always
on
deflecting
riots,
from one
it's not
thing to
on
another.
him. You know, but I don't think it's going to be that way. You know, I really have to take a little bit of faith that at what point are the leaders of this country going to stand up and lead? When are those voices going to come that this nation needs to hear?
We've
My
heard a
voice
few
is
of them.
squat. I come out every day, try to raise my voice, my concerns. I couldn't go get in the protest. Hell, I live miles away. By the time I get there, I wouldn't know where the fuck they went. This is how I decided every day that I would make my protest right here. I would raise my voice. I would say what I feel. I urge you to do the same thing in type posts and tweets, and if you're so inclined to turn your camera on and tell the world you're pissed, please do so.
Well, that's what it's going to take. Every damned one of us standing up and saying no.
That's it. We
All
as a
right,
nation,
y'all.
baby.
I'm good.
All
I'll
right.
start doing renovations tomorrow. I love all of you. Just keep the faith.
Hey,
Will
Biker
do.
Leo,
Will do, brother.
make sure when you smoke whatever you smoke, make sure it's a nice, good grade.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Nice Cavendish blend.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's what I'm smoking, a
prefer
nice
little bit
Cavendish
Turkish,
blend.
but that's okay.
And if
Well,
you
Leo-
want to come to the Netherlands, we've got plenty.
Leo, I
There
seen
you
your
go.
Thinking about it, buddy.
Leo,
A lot of us
Leo,
are.
I seen your video today. It's
All right.
real,
Well, y'all
real.
stay strong, and I'll do my best here too, and I'll keep you apprised.
All right, Leo,
All right,
take care of
Leo.
yourself. That's Leo
Later,
Sahaki.
Leo.
You can find him on Biker Wisdom and Thoughts, or on YouTube, on Facebook. I think he's on Facebook. I don't think he's on YouTube.
Yeah, I believe he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
is
on
he?
Facebook.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah.
Facebook. Biker Wisdom and Thoughts, along with Randy Kervin, uses his voice every day. We are small people. We're nobodies. Somebody wrote on my YouTube the other day. They said, I don't know who you are, but I love you. And I wrote back
There
to
you
him and
go.
I said, I'm nobody, but I love you back. That's what this chat is. That's what
See,
Linda
John,
Douglas is here for. Tanya Broden. Johnny Bravo's here. Pepsi Mac is here. They're here. Micah Cruz. They're here because you are. Not me.
We're all making a difference, John.
I'm trying to quit smoking. It ain't going too good right now.
This
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand, my friend.
I have.
understand.
Yeah, over the last several years, I didn't realize how much I had picked up smoking when I started this bullshit, because I would always smoke a cigarette before the show. You know, like, okay, I'm ready. Boom, let's go. And then after the show, I say, oh God, I'm killing my fucking self. And I need to stop.
Guys, I want to ask your attention.
As I sit here and smoke a
something that
cigarette
is
right in front of God and everybody. What I do?
happening in the chat right now. There's a lady, Candy Pinker Guidry, who says that a fellow admin on an anti-Trump page, all pissed off at Trump, died of a massive heart attack, and she was in her 50s. Rip, rest in peace, Patty Mason. So I'm not sure whether it's fully correct. I think so, but he made another casualty.
That
Thank you very much, Mr. Trump. Boss.
I think I missed part of that. That who had a
A
massive
lady,
heart attack?
a lady in the chat called Patty Mason. A lady in the chat said that a woman who is adminning an anti-Trump group died of a heart attack. Got so angry about Trump, and that happened apparently today.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah,
I can
and
believe that.
The lady in the
Yeah,
chat,
I can believe that.
her name is Candy Pinkert Guide, and she wrote about this lady who died in her 50s of a massive heart attack because of Trump.
Okay, well, I've seen Candy. I've seen that name before.
Okay.
You know, I've
You know, I was just
tried
sitting here
hard to
realizing.
here in the last several days. Since last Friday, I've been a little subdued because last Friday I got cranked up, and
Yeah, what happened to your arm?
there is a repercussion from that, and so I'm under kind of like okay, Dad, you can. I don't want to find you on the floor out here. That kind of talk, and so I'm trying.
Yeah, don't die on us.
But
Yeah, yeah.
well, they all know. That's my standard rule in this fucking house since day one. They've heard it ever since they were little children. My wife has heard it all her life. I have one standing rule, and that will be there will be no fucking dying in this house. There will be no dying in this family. I can't handle that shit. I've been
I
through
had a
enough
chat
funerals.
yesterday with a good friend of mine about dying, and he asked me how I wanted to die, and I told him I want to be in a restaurant and die, and with my head in this soup.
A good soup. A good soup.
Yeah, of course.
Don't order that soup.
Minestrone.
No.
My father always said, bless his heart, he died by the gun. My father said he wanted to be shot by a jealous husband, jumping a fence when he was 99 years old.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It's, there's nothing good that comes out of violence. There's nothing good.
Well, you know, John, I'm just wondering if the Senate would have indicted him like they should have, what type of world we'd be living in today.
Be a lot better than this.
I
Yeah.
would think so. But
I
then we
think
get
so.
Pence.
That's a good thought, Johnny.
Yeah, but then we get Pence and that. I mean, he would probably be along the same lines, but not as bad as Trump. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I fear Pence
Pence is
for
a pansy
different
compared to
reasons,
Trump.
but they're not as bad as the ones that we're going through now.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Go ahead, Budman. I'm sorry.
I said, Pence is a pansy compared to Trump.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to control, I think.
Yeah. You could chase him into the closet. He's been there all his life.
Yeah.
He's familiar with the place.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you pressure him enough like they did on him, and he got the message, and he backed off, where Trump won't.
Yeah.
Trump, you know what I mean?
It's Pride Month, ain't it, this month, Johnny? Ain't it Pride
June,
Month?
yes. I'd love to go to a pride parade, but I don't even know
Yeah.
if they're going to have them now with this coronavirus.
Yeah. Well, it's understandable, you know.
I've never been to a pride parade. I'd love to go once in my life.
Well, we got so much crazy shit going on.
Well, maybe if I'm
Yeah.
still alive next year, you know, I'll go.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a message here. Hey, John. It was Patty Mason. Patty Amy Shafferty were both admins in a group, Tea Party. She died of a heart attack last week after being really pissed about Trump for a few days. She was in her 50s. And I know that's true, but because that comes from Candy Guidry. She is the admin for John Bravo Speaks. A lady I am so proud of. I've seen her in her gear. Her face mask, her shield, her scrubs. She works every day around COVID-19 patients.
That's courage, I'll tell
And
you.
finds the time to stack the little food pantry there in her town in Arkansas with food for the homeless. There's no lock on that door. She puts food in those pantries every night. Page. That's their page. Monica Barnes, who has suffered so much, and my heart bleeds for her so much. Bless her heart, she is standing strong every day, fighting the good fight, and it has made a difference in her family. I am proud of her. Thank you, Candy, for letting us know that, baby. And it just pains my heart, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm facing nowadays. Dad, calm down. Yeah, see them commercials come on TV. Yeah. Come to the Bahamas. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. It's just
I know
too
who's
hard
in
to
the
do
Bahamas
that
right now. And it isn't my people.
John, a friend of mine who is an ex-Navy submariner and conservative, Michael Hoffman, really nice guy from Las Vegas, shout out to him. He actually wants to sell everything and get a yacht and go to Florida and sail the Caribbean. You might like to join it.
Oh, Candy just jumped in there and said that was her adult daughters that are frontline workers, and she was very proud of them. I thought it was you, darling, but I see what you do every day with your life. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of the person whose name I can't even mention, who even started that group. Guy out in California who I wish I could talk about. It's not me that did this. This is you. This is Candy. This is JWB 52Z. It's Virginia Woody and Willie Carson. It's all of us, baby. And we have to pull ourselves through this shit. So, the only way to do that is to do exactly what this book says. Oh, it says the Federalist Papers, but the Constitution is here in the back, and it's got little numbers there where I can look up what the Founding Fathers meant when they wrote the Constitution. This family was born on the idea that all men are created equal. We're not there, baby. We're not there. And until we get there, there needs to be a march in the street every day.
Yeah. Yep.
I agree.
And you know, John, I just want to mention, I just see that Benjamin Stroud's in the blue room, so
Hey.
that's good to see.
We're good. I'm going to have to
That's
take
good
off
to
here
see.
shortly, so let's go ahead and see if I can do this on my own here. This is all I am. Let's pull Ben. Nope, I didn't get him. Wait, got to go up and fetch him again. No. There, I got him.
I was going to say it's a drag and drop, I would think. John.
Benjamin Stroud.
Ben,
Hello, guys.
Welcome, Benjamin.
Benjamin,
Hi,
we are so
Benjamin.
glad to see you here, buddy. We're glad to see you out of the hospital.
Yep. Now it's on to the road to recovery.
And
You
how
sound
is that going to go?
yeah,
The recovery is going to go good?
Oh yes.
you sound good, buddy.
You do sound good. You do
Alright.
indeed. So the ticker's
There
fixed?
for a couple days I was out of it.
So,
I can imagine.
Ben, turn off the TV, buddy. You just had heart surgery. Let's turn off the TV or turn on cartoons for a few days. It's not going to be pretty. It's not
I
going
know.
to be
Oh
pretty.
my God! Last night when I was in the hospital went on lockdown because of the protesters here in Kansas City.
Boy, howdy. Yeah, it's turning into a nasty world. Bernadette, I can't talk sometimes, baby. My mouth gets all
I feel the
tongue-tied.
same way.
Huh?
I feel
Yeah,
the same.
he's
I feel the same way. Um, I'm flabbergasted at what has happened, and that bunker bitch had the nerve to come out of the bunker and say something today.
Yep. And
yeah, he
boy,
did.
didn't he have something to say. You know,
Yeah.
it's a threat.
Um,
That's what we're
I
facing, baby.
considered it a threat.
That's the way he's lived his whole life, threatening people.
That's it.
Yeah.
Whether it be in
I
a
don't
court of
think it's-
law or
Today,
anything
today
else.
made no difference. Today was no different
No.
than any
No.
other day of this man's presidency, which I will say again, pick any day of his presidency, and it's a day that you could impeach his ass on whatever happened that day.
Every day
Yeah.
And for,
was a reason for this administration, for the cabinet to come together and remove him from office. They could have. Any day.
Yeah.
They
You guys
didn't.
want to hear something beautiful that I seen today?
Please, Benjamin, tell us something,
Yeah.
buddy.
You know, I'm where I'm at in Kansas. I'm in a really highly conservative area of Kansas, right?
Yeah.
I seen way more Joe Biden yard signs than I did Trump 2020 signs.
Yeah.
Especially way
Outstanding.
more than last time.
Good.
Yes.
Republicans have one
There's
shot
a lot
at
of
this.
Republicans in my area tired of his shit.
Well, I think it's all across the country. They're just getting tired of the man.
And when you know, when you
He's
think
turning
about
the
it,
Republican Party into disgrace. Just a total.
when you think about the Republicans only have themselves to blame because they backed this man up, they deserve everything they get.
That's true.
Yep.
They do.
Micah Cruz says his babies live up in Kansas, so yeah. You know,
It's
any one of us has contacts all across this country. Family here, family there. So their old buddy from college or from the army. They're split all across this nation.
it hasn't gotten that bad here yet. The protesting, they've been doing a little bit of looting and breaking windows, but they haven't been burning anything down.
Yeah.
But gosh,
Well, he's
We
got
gotta
blood
make
on
some
his
change.
hands, as far as I'm concerned. He has.
they all do. Every single one of his everybody that
Administration.
the administration has got blood on their hands from coronavirus and this.
You bet.
And he has fired anybody who stood in his way.
Yep.
Yep.
Think about what he's doing and what he's willing to do. This is our country, baby.
he's willing to call vicious dogs out on protest. And that's so remnant of the civil rights movement that it ain't even funny. He's willing to use chemical warfare on the citizens of the United States.
Yes. Just for a photo op, mind you.
It's people like
Yep.
him that are.
Just
It's
so
people
that
like
he
him
could be the-
that are instead of us moving forward, Trump's taking us backwards.
Yes, he is. He's failing this country.
I said that from day
But
one.
there's
he's
those that
taking
are
us
rounding that are allowing him to do it. Brian Champagne just typed. The police are attacking people.
Yeah.
This is America.
Where at?
And it just said, I just read the First Amendment to the Constitution that the people have a right to peaceful protest. They have a right to be in that street by the Constitution, guaranteed them. And I believe that's in the First Amendment, not the
And the
second.
people are protesting peacefully, John.
Yes.
It is the dog whistles that are called out to his Proud Boys and his Boogaloo Boys
Yeah,
to go out.
the Boogaloo.
Which I firmly believe there's a large population of police that are involved in groups like that.
Yeah.
There was there
I
have
feel
been
you're right, yes.
numerous journalists injured, maimed, blinded, shot in legs, shot in chest, shot in the eye, tear gassed, looked straight at by the police and shot with these
Because they
rubber
hear the
covered
rhetoric over and
metallic
over.
bullets that
Fake
they call rubber,
fake media,
rubber bullets.
fake news.
Yeah, I
The
talked
enemy
to
of the
one of
people.
I talked to one of the police officers at KU yesterday about the what's been going on, and me and him had a good conversation about it. He said a lot of police officers in this country do not have the right temperament to be police officers, and they do not get the
There you
proper
go.
training.
And we need those officers to stand up and make complaints. They need to come up with a system. I'm sure there already is a system where they can do a confidential report. I think Officer so-and-so is on the edge. I don't think this man should be an officer. He's made racist comments. He's been violent in my presence. I do not want to serve next to him. That's what it's going to take, baby. Because I got news. Them 3 guys that are going to go to jail, and they will go to jail. I don't know what. I guess they're negotiating what charge they're going to give them. Try to shift the narrative to where they can charge them with the least that they can. And it needs to be the opposite to show the example that a bad cop that commits a crime will get the same punishment of the worst offender that commits the crime, because the officer does so knowingly. The officer is trained in the law.
And with authority.
And with authority. The best outcome would have been for one of those officers to draw his weapon on that officer that had his knee there and said, remove your knee or I will have to shoot you. Or his taser, or his club, whatever it would take.
John, there was a video of an officer who had a protester down on the ground. There were 2 officers. One had placed his knee on that person that they had down on the ground on his neck, just like Chauvin did.
Yeah.
And the other officer that was there with him that was also trying to detain this protester picked that officer's knee up off of that man's neck and moved it.
I saw one
and
officer.
That in itself would have been the proper thing to do.
I saw an officer
Until they got
take an
him
aggressive move,
handcuffed.
and I saw another officer reach up and grab him by the collar and jerk him back through the police line. That's what has to happen.
Yep.
And I've also seen officers walk up to protesters and give them a hug.
Yes.
And walk with protesters.
And walk
and
with them.
kneel with protesters.
And that's what the
their
response
weapons
should
down.
be. The law should show their empathy with the protesters, because they should be sorry about the same thing. They should be upset about the same thing. They should demand justice in the same way. Do not sit there and tell me that you took an oath to be a police officer to protect and serve the people that are in the streets.
You know,
If
I
crimes
came
are committed,
across a-
if violence occurs, that's one thing. But when people are just marching in the street, which I saw today, everybody saw today, they were standing there, nothing, doing nothing. And the police advanced, tear gas, rubber bullets, so the man could walk across the fucking street. What do you think he's going to do if he's not there? He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I tell you, y'all need to hear this pastor's that just spoke on to Anderson Cooper on CNN, the pastor of that church. Oh,
Yeah.
she is pissed and she is not happy. She's saying that he had no permission to do what he did, and then to tear gas people out of the church yard and around the church area. She said she was just absolutely appalled. But yeah, she said she's been getting emails
Good.
and texts from all kinds
Good.
of people
Hey,
that
Good.
are
that was the
Good
upset.
for her.
Christian thing to do, according to Trump.
Because
not
it
the
was a
Christian
photo
way.
op. That's all. It had nothing to do
Yeah.
with religion or prayer or this country or anything. It was a photo op. He wanted to be the
Chris-
glorious leader marching across the street proudly, boldly. I'm invincible.
Yeah,
John,
Chris-
it was
Chris-
more than a photo op. It was our
It was a-
dictator.
yeah,
It was a message to his minions.
yeah. And Chris
Yeah.
I
Cuomo
worry
just-
about the language he used tonight.
You know
One
what
quick
I found
question,
very,
guys.
It's
sorry.
been no different than any other language that he used any other time.
That's
These
true.
are very fine people.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Very fine people.
Well, I
One
found
quick
very
question
strange
about this whole
today,
thing.
I have a question. What I found very strange today was a lot of these second amendment people they were the right-wing ones. They were calling to shoot the protesters, let the police attack, let the army attack, blah blah blah. And then I was wondering, hang on, isn't the Second Amendment against a tyrannical government? And are
Yes.
these people not asking for a
Yeah,
tyrannical
that would
government
be
or
it.
condoning it? That's very weird.
A well-regulated
So,
militia.
yeah. So how do you explain this crazy way of thinking?
That's the right for you, buddy. That's the only
Because
that's the
it's
only
not
part of the
about a
Constitution that they're
tyrannical
concerned
government.
with.
It's about being able to own as many guns as you
That's
fucking
it, baby.
possibly want.
This is America. We're a gun nation. It's we this is
This
not
ain't
new in the
about
news. This happens every
standing
day.
up against a tyrannical government. This is about the ownership of guns.
How many people in this country die every day of guns? We can't figure out why. Could it be because everybody's got a gun? But there are those here, and I live near them. They don't have enough guns. They don't have enough ammo. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Hey, John,
Of course,
can the
of course I live in the Netherlands, country which has enormously strict gun laws. You can buy a gun, you can have a gun, but you have to go through a lot of background checks and psychological evaluations and whatever. And they're really, 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 really on top of it. So I bought a rifle, which doesn't work. It's deactivated, like a wall hanger. It's 100 years old. However, the bayonet works.
The bayonet works.
And I'm allowed to have that.
I make it very plain that that's I will protect my house and my family. And if you think that you're coming into a house that doesn't have a gun, you made the biggest mistake right there.
Yeah, that's what made me really angry. I mean, if you live in a country where you have to buy a gun to protect yourself from your next door neighbor,
that's a sad country to live in. That's not the country we need. That's not the country we're going to be. We're not going to be that country. Because Americans are going to stand up and save this day, baby. That we have to. We write the history. We're the ink, baby. I say it all the time. We are the ink that writes the story of this history.
Hey, John.
That he was pulling the Second Amendment with it. We are going to protect you and your Second Amendment.
Yeah, it was code
dog
language.
whistle. It was
That's
dog. Saying it is a dog whistle to his minions who will get in the street and start some shit so people will die.
And that would play right into his hands, his narrative,
Ben.
Hey, John.
his ability to declare a national emergency, martial law, baby.
Second Amendment, except for Trump.
That's
he is
it.
the only one who talks about the Second Amendment. Ain't nobody else out there talking about taking away anybody's right.
And Donnie doesn't have a problem with a bunch of his people walking down the streets with AR-15.
One other question.
He's got a problem with you doing it.
Yes.
What about this curfew from 7 o'clock onwards?
Yes, I don't. I guess that's in D.C. I guess. I haven't.
Yeah. So
I heard it
nationwide.
that
It sounded
7
like
o'clock
nationwide.
tonight. Everybody in D.C. had to be off at 7 o'clock. Really?
Really?
You little weenie. You chicken shit little weenie. Are you down in the basement right now, Donnie boy?
Out there to challenge that.
There will be people out
And
to
he
challenge
knows
it.
it.
And he's
Yes,
hoping.
And he knows it.
Hey, Ben?
Well, I don't know. He's back in the blue room. You might want to put him back in the
Who?
live room.
Who?
Benjamin Stroud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's trying to ask a question. He couldn't.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
I'm not
He's
the
in
normal operator of the system. But I'm trying. Benjamin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, you snuck out, buddy.
I got put it out somehow. Can the FBI get involved to help the military out with the martial law? Because somebody was telling me that Trump could order the FBI to get involved if there's not enough military personnel.
Did you notice William Barr standing out there behind the cops in front of the White House today?
Yeah.
There you go. That's the Department of Justice.
That's Mr. Big Shot. He wants to look important.
So,
Concierge.
I hope, I wish that there are people within our government still willing to refuse an order when it's an immoral order and they know why it's being done. This is a political move by him. I swear he is willing to go to any extent to disrupt and to deny the November vote. Is he willing to turn this nation into a tinderbox? Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
While
And
he
the
sits
FBI
in a
Don't let
bunker
him.
under the White House.
Don't let
While
him.
he's in a protected bunker.
Yep.
Don't forget
the-
that.
Yep.
He's got
the-
Secret Service. They will take a bullet for his ass.
And did you
Can't-
see the tweet he
Well,
sent out
you don't
today
know that.
blaming? He tried to blame Obama for the bunker not being
Yes.
supplied.
Oh, he's an ass.
Because everything
you
is Obama's
fucking-
fault.
Yeah.
Because
I like,
Trump
are you-
accepts no responsibility of his presidency. None. Absolutely zero. Are we going to
What
let
up,
this
Donnie?
man
Was he
get
out of
back in
Twinkies?
office is the question.
Did they not have no fried chicken down there for you,
Yeah.
Donnie?
You know, that's my point. If I
Fucking-
had been there for already 3 years, I would. If that was going to be my safe place, I would make sure I had some hot
Anytime he
Pockets or
can
something
utter
fucking
Obama's
down
name,
there.
he's going to do it.
Can I ask anybody a question? If you knew that was going to be your safe place, would you wait until you needed it to fucking go in there?
Exactly.
Jesus
nope.
Christ.
Hello.
Look, yep, I got a knock on the door a minute ago, which signal for, hey.
Right.
So, yeah, because I did my rant today, and I probably sat in here, because if you notice today's rant wasn't that great. I had difficulty with it just because
Thought
it's,
it was good.
it was, you know, there's times when I'm mad, but the anger is so deep that the pain comes that
Can't let that out.
the sadness sets in.
Yeah.
So the anger turns into sadness, and then, you know, it's a vicious fucking cycle. I got to mow the grass. Anyway, that's what I call menial jobs to keep me occupied. And it rained, and my shop's got a fucking hole in it, so I got to go out there and put a tarp over that side, nail it down and shit. I don't think it's going to rain anymore, though, but my seat got wet, so fuck. You know, one of,
Get
have
it
a wet
done
seat.
tomorrow, John.
huh?
You
I
can get
ripped
it
a
done
big old
tomorrow.
freaking hole in my arm this morning. Jesus, I stuck my arm through a
Yeah,
gate.
I noticed.
And I jerk it like that. My skin, it just like sliced off a little layer of shit. Just that
Yeah,
felt
is that
good.
what I see that on your left arm. God,
Yeah.
take care of it, make sure you don't get infected.
Yeah, I think it just about ripped my anchor right off my arm.
No.
Can't see it anymore anyway. It's faded away.
Yeah, I saw that wound. Man,
But it's
massive.
it's still in my heart though. Semper Fortis. Y'all know what that means? Because I don't blame you if you
No.
don't know what it means, unless you're an old
No,
Navy
I don't.
sailor. If you're an old
All
Navy guy,
strength.
well, you should know what it means.
All have strength.
That when you know a lot, everybody knows Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis. That's the Marine Corps, always faithful. Semper Fortis. That's the Navy motto, and it means not for self, but for country. That's what
Not
that
for
means.
self, but for country.
Not
Well,
for
that wouldn't.
self, but for
Donnie
country.
wouldn't have. He wouldn't qualify for that one. That's
I
for
wouldn't
sure.
say the word "buts" in there. Not for self, for country. Semper
Yeah,
Fortis,
no.
my friends.
You know that, John?
What's that?
Donnie Trump would not qualify for that one. That's
Nope.
for sure.
No.
Me, myself, and I. That's the country he's worried about.
Donnie
What's
is one of
the
them guys
Army
that
and the
is.
Air Force's motto?
Well, gee, don't put me on the spot for all of them. Shit, I don't know. I know the Marine Corps because everybody knows the Marine Corps. Ask Keith. You know, ask any gyrene. Hoorah! Semper
the
Fi.
Army-
You know, okay, once a Marine, always a Marine.
John,
Huh?
I'd like to give a shout out to Keith. I hope you're safe, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Keith
You're
and to
my
Ohio
fucking
Dad
prayers.
70,
Yeah. Yes.
who has,
Yeah, we.
Joe, you've done more.
Yeah.
You've reached into my heart,
In the
buddy.
thick of it.
I appreciate it. I'm concerned about you and your son tonight. I'm concerned about Keith tonight. And I want to thank you for keeping in your heart what America means. That there is no difference between me and you. There is no difference between me and you. I am you. You are me. And it's the only way it works. For all of us. For all of us, whether we're talking about racial issues or anything else. Oh, that guy's gay.
We're
He's an American
together,
gay.
guys.
That person's transsexual. They're an
our
American
country.
transsexual. They are American.
Our country.
Our country, baby. And I am so inspired by a diverse family that stands
Yep,
together on
me
this
too.
shit. Because that's what it's going to take. Anyway, I love every one of you in this family. I love everybody in this country that stands up. That stands up for each other. Because we stand together.
We're going to get through this. It's going to be a hard road, but we are going to get
Yes.
through this.
Yes,
Yes, we will.
we will, and we will hopefully
Yes.
come out better on the other side of this. Because that's what it
And-
takes. Generation after generation
Yep.
after generation, baby.
And
This
if
is not the
anything,
first time.
John, maybe the American people will learn how to vote right next time.
Yep. Ain't going to be a problem
This
there.
is
I'm
not
getting
the
there. I don't
first
give a shit
time.
what's up there. Yeah. You know, they can put a tank up there. I'm still going, baby. You know, I'm going. I want to vote. I want him out. Anyway,
Right.
Yep.
thank you all for coming in tonight. It was not a scheduled Blue Dot meeting or anything. It was an impromptu thing. So tomorrow night we will be here live for our Blue Dot family meeting. So stay tuned. Same bat time, same bat
Yeah,
channel,
same
all
bat
that
channel.
stuff.
And I'm
Because
sure we'll have plenty to talk about.
yes, yes.
We'll
If
have
we can't get on the
bad
streets,
shit
we
to
can get
talk
in here,
about.
and
Hey,
we can
thanks
try.
for the tribute today, too, John.
Did you see that great picture of you?
Yeah, yeah.
You did, huh?
Look familiar.
Handsome fellow, huh?
Yeah, I'd say
Trying to
so.
steal all the thunder, huh?
A
You're just
little
trying
bit.
to make a point. Look here, I am prettier than you. That's what the message is. I get it, Johnny. I get it. I get it.
No, I didn't make you feel that way.
No, you didn't. Because my wife said, "Oh, honey, you're pretty too." I said, "What's this two shit? What's this two shit?" Anyway, I smoke too much. I'm working on it, baby. I want to thank everybody for being here. We'll be here tomorrow night. Stay strong, America. Just stay strong, family. We will, like Bernadette said, we will rise through this stuff. We will rise.
And everyone, control your blood pressure, please.
That's
We need
it.
you in November.
Yeah,
Wise
tough.
words
Yeah.
from a guy who just went down that road. Ben, take care of yourself, please. You just got
will.
out the hospital.
Yeah, get
we,
your
we
rest.
love your heart, so we want your heart to be well. So take care
Yeah,
of yourself.
don't get too mad, guys, and don't let your blood pressure get up. We don't
There
need
you go.
anybody going more blue
Well,
dots going to the hospital for heart
well,
problems.
yeah, we
That's
definitely
true.
we definitely don't want you to do that, Ben.
No,
so
so
take care of yourself, buddy.
Bernadette, as always, baby,
Yes,
thank you for
sir.
being here. Thank you for being so supportive.
John, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
I love you, baby. Anyway,
I love you too, bro.
oh, we got a thing going on. Don't worry about it. Anyway. And Hank, all the way from the Netherlands, buddy, thank you for giving us that international perspective. I enjoyed listening to your writing, the writing there, and you know it's a big family, and we got arms that reach all around the world, baby. So, thank you for being here, bud.
Most welcome.
So, and Budman,
thank you.
Dennis. Well, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, there he jumped right out. Dennis.
I'm here.
All right. I wish I had his microphone. He sounds so good all the time. Anyway, Budman, thank you, buddy. Your voice always comes through loud and clear, and it has a message. I appreciate you being here all the time.
Thank you, John. You're the one who needs to be thanked.
Yeah,
You do a tremendous job.
I'm just a carnival barker. That's all I am here. But
But you're doing a damn good job.
I'm trying my best, buddy. I'm trying my best. Dennis Valadez, my friend in San Antonio.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for being here, buddy. Thank you so much. You've done so much for this family. You've always been a friend. You've become a great friend to my son. I appreciate that tremendously. The connections go deep there, my friend. I
And a
promise
great
you.
resource to the family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Keeps
just
informed. Thank you. I
every
appreciate
little
that.
bit that everybody does builds
Yeah.
a great wall.
It
I
does,
don't want to use
baby.
wall. A great
Nation.
A
nation. There
great
you go.
nation.
That's what we
United
do.
front.
Yes.
And Jenna Fly, you snuck in here again. You snuck
always
in here again, buddy, and I'm glad you
My
did.
pleasure.
And yes, I showed off your handsome mug to all our Blue Dot family today. And, you know, you can say John I Fly. I just prefer Johnny Fly.
No, I want you to call me Johnny
Sounds, it's
Fly.
just,
I like
think
the way
about
you
it.
say that. Johnny
I think it's
Fly.
just there.
Johnny
man.
Fly.
There you go.
And
That's
SC,
the way I fly.
again, your voice down in Tallahassee has come through loud and clear all the time. We appreciate it.
Well, John, like you know, thank you, and then I also want to thank your family for being so patient and sticking behind you and letting you do this because, man, I just
I do have a wonderful family in my house, and I have a wonderful family that sits right in front of me on this computer every day. And I hear from them in the mail. Again, thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Paulette. Thank you, Jimmy, for writing to me. It is a highlight of my day when I get that little ding in the morning from my mailman that says, John, you got mail. Ah, no shit. I got a reason to be hell happy today. And but before I leave, and with my last words, and so I'm going to say goodnight now. I'm going to say goodnight now. And y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Everybody.
Safe out there.
Goeienacht en wel trusten.
I'm going to leave you with what
Dat was Dutch.
my friend Joe, Ohio Dad 70, up in Columbus, left with me. Say his name. Say his name.
George Floyd.
Thank you. Family, you have a good night tonight. I love you for being here. I love you for being who you are. I got to find my mouse over here. They leave me in here all by myself with this shit. He knows I ain't doing no. Anyway.
Peace on the left, justice on the right.
That's it,
Peace
baby.
On the left,
Peace on the left,
right.
justice on the right. And that has
George
more
Floyd.
metaphors than you can think. So, please, do that.
This one is for Travis. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Y'all have a good night. I love you and love one another, baby. It's the only way we get through this shit. Y'all take it easy.
John.
All right.
You take care, buddy.
Bye.
Take
Oh, wait.
care, John.
Oh, wait. No, I'm on the wrong shit. Oh, no, I got the wrong mouse in my hand. See, that's why, you know. Now, there
We'll
you
figure
go.
it out.
Look at this idiot. He can't find it. Oh, there's a mouse. There it is. There it is.
Grab it by the tail, John.
I got her, baby. John and Fi, y'all take care. Family, I love you. We'll see y'all later. Bye. Now I can't see across. What is that?
Check on my computer if you're
Yeah, it
still
still says stop streaming.